That gorgeous renovated apartment you're looking at, the one with the sleek kitchen, spa bathroom, and the professional photos, might be hiding thousands of dollars in problems that you won't discover until after you close. Flip renovations are everywhere in New York City right now, and while some are done beautifully, many are cheap cosmetic makeovers designed to look good in photos while cutting every possible corner. I'm Erin Wheelock with Keller, New York City, a licensed real estate associate broker, and I'm here to help you with all of your real estate needs. Be sure to reach out in the description box below. Sign up through my Calendly link for a one-on-one so we can go over what you should be purchasing and not purchasing. All right, and today I'm teaching you exactly how to spot a bad renovation before you waste your time and your money. I'm going to show you the red flags that most buyers miss, the questions you need to ask, and what to look for that separates quality work from disasters waiting to happen. This could save you tens of thousands of dollars, so let's dive in. Red flag number one. Everything looks perfect on the surface, but when you dig deeper, nothing substantial was actually done. Here's what I mean. You walk into the apartment and it's got fresh paint, new light fixtures, maybe some trendy gray floors and white subway tile, photographs beautifully. But then you start asking questions. When was the electrical updated? When was the plumbing replaced? What about the HVAC system? And suddenly, the answers get a little vague. Bad renovations focus entirely on cosmetics because that's what shows up in photos and that's what sells apartments quickly. But they don't touch the expensive systems that actually matter for long-term livability. Here's what to check. Ask when the electrical panel was last updated. In older New York City buildings, outdated electric is a huge issue and it can be very expensive to fix. Ask about the plumbing. They renovated the bathroom but didn't replace the pipes behind the wall. You could be dealing with leaks in a few years. Ask about the windows. Did they actually replace them or just paint the frames? Ask about the HVAC. Is it new or did they just clean the old unit and call it a day? A good renovation addresses both cosmetic and systems. A bad renovation is all lipstick, no foundation. If the seller or listing agent can't give you specifics about when major systems were updated, then that is a massive red flag. They renovated just enough to sell, not enough to last. Which actually, by the way, might be right in alignment with your goal, but you have to know that going in. Red flag number two. The materials look good from a distance, but they're actually bottom of the barrel cheap. Flip renovations use tricks to make low quality materials look expensive. You need to know what to look for so you don't get fooled. Let's start with cabinets. Are they solid wood or are they particle board with a veneer? Open the cabinets and look at the construction. Real wood cabinets have dovetail joints and solid construction. Cheap cabinets are just boxes with flimsy hardware. IKEA kitchens are everywhere in flip renovations. And while IKEA is not terrible, it's not what you should be paying premium prices for in a New York City apartment. If you just want it to look good, great. Next, countertops. Is that real stone or is that laminate trying to look like a stone? Run your handle on the edge. Real stone feels solid and cool. Laminate feels hollow and cheap. Quartz is fine and very common, but make sure it's actual quartz and not some composite material. Flooring is another big one. Are those real hardwood floors or luxury vinyl plank? Vinyl has gotten really convincing, but it's still vinyl. You're not going to sand that and re-stain it, you know what I mean? Look at the edges near walls and transitions. Real wood has grain variations and natural imperfections. Vinyl looks too uniform. Check the bathroom fixtures. Are the faucets and shower heads quality brands like Kohler, or are they no-name Amazon specials that will break in 2 years? You can usually tell by the weight and the finish quality. Here's the thing, cheap materials aren't automatically a deal breaker if the price reflects it. But if they're charging you like it's a luxury renovation and they used builder grade everything, you're overpaying. You need to know exactly what you're getting into. Red flag number three, the work was done without proper permits, which means it's potentially illegal and definitely a problem when you try to sell. This is huge in New York City and most buyers have no idea to even check. Any significant renovation work requires permits from the Department of Buildings. We're talking about electrical work, plumbing, structural changes, even some cosmetic work depending upon the scope. But permits cost money and they require inspections and they take time, like months, 2 to 3 months for a bathroom. So a lot of flip renovators just skip them entirely. They do the work, make it look good, and hope nobody asks questions. Here's why this matters to you. If work was done without permits, it's technically illegal. If there's ever a problem, your insurance might not even cover it. When you go to sell the apartment, the next buyer's attorney will check for open violations and unpermitted work, and it will kill your deal or force you to fix everything at your expense. I have seen it firsthand a few times. Here's what you do. Ask the seller directly if permits were pulled for the renovation. Ask to see the permits and the sign-off from the Department of Buildings showing the work was completed and approved. By the way, you can also check the DOB website yourself, and more importantly, your attorney's going to do that during due diligence to see if there's any permit history, open violations, etc. If they say no permits were needed, be skeptical. Major work will almost always need permits in New York City. If they can't produce permits, you need to have a serious conversation with your attorney about the risks before moving forward. Do not assume it's fine just because it looks good. You do that with shoes, and then you hate yourself later, right? Because your feet are hurting, but they're so pretty. Red flag number 4, the renovations look like every other flip in New York City, which usually means they went with the cheapest, trendiest options possible. You know the look I'm talking about. The gray wash floors, white walls, white subway tile, gray cabinets, stainless steel appliances, maybe some open shelving and Edison bulb light fixtures. It's the Flip Renovation Start Packet. Now, there's nothing wrong with this aesthetic if it's well done. But usually when you see this exact combination, it means the renovator went to Home Depot, bought whatever was on sale and in stock and installed it as quickly as possible. Honestly, you do get this a lot in like sponsor purchases and co-ops. But don't worry, we know which ones to not go with. Here's what to check. Look at the quality of the tile work. Are the grout lines straight and even? Are the tiles level? Bad tile work is immediately obvious once you know what to look for. But most buyers just see white subway tile and assume it's fine. Look at the paint job. Do they properly prep and paint? Or do they just slab a coat of paint over existing paint without filling holes and smoothing surfaces? Look for uneven coverage, visible brush strokes, and paint on light switches and outlets. Check how things are finished. Are the baseboards installed properly with caulked seams, or are there gaps and sloppy cuts? Are the cabinet handles aligned or slightly crooked? These details tell you if someone cared about the work or just rushed through it. A good renovation has thoughtful design choices and careful execution. A bad renovation follows a formula and rushes through the work. If every single finish is the cheapest, trendiest option and the execution is sloppy, you're looking at a flip that prioritizes speed over quality. Red flag number 5, the renovation was completed way too quickly, which means they definitely cut corners. A quality gut renovation of a New York City apartment takes time. I mean, we are talking months and months and months, not weeks. If someone tells you they completely renovated a 2-bedroom apartment in 4 weeks, that's physically impossible to do correctly. Impossible. Here's what a real timeline looks like. Demo takes a week or more. 2, 3. Then you need permits approved, which can take weeks or months depending upon the scope. Electrical and plumbing, rough-in takes time. Inspections take time. Drywall, taping, finishing takes time. Tiling takes time. Installing cabinets and appliances takes time. Painting takes time. Everything takes time if you're doing it right. When renovators rush, they skip steps. They don't let materials cure properly. They don't do proper prep work. They install things incorrectly. They don't get inspections, and all of those shortcuts will come back to haunt you. I just want to say 4:30 to park anyone. Reach out to me. You know what I'm talking about. Ask when the renovations were completed and how long it took. If they say they did a full renovation in less than 6 to 8 weeks, be very suspicious. Either they had a massive crew working around the clock, which is expensive and unlikely for a flip, or they rushed and cut corners. Also, ask how long ago the renovation was completed. If it's brand new and they're selling immediately, that's another red flag. They didn't live in it, they didn't test anything, they just want to flip it as fast as possible and move on to the next one. You want some time to have passed, so any immediate issues would have shown up. You also see this in a lot of new development. Talk to me if you're looking at new development because there's a lot of things you want to look for and be aware of when you're buying there. So again, go to the description box below and set up a Calendly time for you and I to talk about your buying needs. So what you actually do if you're considering a renovated apartment, always get a home inspection. Yes, I know, even for a brand new renovation. Actually, especially for a brand new renovation. Not talking about brand new development, you have a lot of things there, but definitely for just a flip renovation. Good inspector will find issues that you never would have noticed. Second, ask for documentation, permits, receipts, warranties on appliances, anything that proves the work was done properly and was really legally. Third, bring someone who knows construction to the showing. If possible, a contractor, engineer, someone who can spot bad work that you might miss. Fourth, check the Department of Building website for violations and permit history. This is public information, so it's very easy to look up, and your attorney will do that during due diligence too. Fifth, be willing to walk away. If you see multiple red flags and the seller can't provide satisfactory answers, don't convince yourself it's fine. There are other apartments. Don't buy someone else's problem. Please don't. Have you ever bought a renovated apartment and discovered problems later? Or have you walked away from a renovation that looked too good to be true? Drop your stories in the comments below. I want to hear what red flags you've seen. And if you're in the market for an apartment in New York City and you want expert guidance to Make sure you don't get fooled by a bad renovation. I'm offering exclusive limited free consultations to serious buyers like you. We'll discuss your search, review properties together, and make sure you're not walking into a money pit. Click the Calendly link in the description box below and book your free consultation today. And check out our Luxury Buyers Masterclass for even more insider knowledge on evaluating New York City properties. Don't let a pretty renovation blind you to serious problems underneath. Know what to look for and protect your investment, right? Yeah, this is what we're doing. We're building wealth, people. I'm Erin Wheelock with Luxury Living NYC. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. And until then, we at the Wheelock team would always love to be your global real estate team of choice. Bye, guys.